y'all? Welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, recruiting in yoga pants. I want to talk about networking. I feel like we've covered this before. I probably should have went and checked some of the previous videos because I feel like I may have talked about this, but it came up in a conversation on LinkedIn recently, and I was just flabbergasted, y'all. I started messaging the OP and was like, hey, can I talk about this on the channel? Because my mind is blown. And she was kind enough to, give me the green light to mention this topic and kind of talk through it. But really, really interesting discussion around networking. And this active job seeker looking for her next role, shared that she had been told, I don't know who told her this, but she had been told not to bother recruiters about jobs. Don't talk to a recruiter about their open jobs or a job that you want, I guess. I'm paraphrasing a bit here. I should have reread the comment before I started this, but anyway. The guidance, apparently, was that, recruiters are super busy and they don't really have time. And so the idea is that networking is like this slow burn, plant your seed and water it a whole bunch, and then like years later it'll grow into a tree or something. I mean, I get that. And, obviously not all networks are built overnight. I understand that. But at the same time, if you are not talking to a recruiter about the jobs that they're trying to fill, you're not going to get their attention. I know there's going to be some recruiters out there that are just love to disagree with me. I don't care. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't care what kind of recruiter you are. I don't care who you work for. I don't care how long you've been in the industry. I don't care how much of a I just love people kind of recruiter you are. We are all compensated for filling jobs. It is literally the number one goal of every recruiter on the planet. Make placements. I wrote it down. Fill jobs. That's the job. So the idea that a job seeker would be cautioned to not talk to me about jobs? What the fuck are we doing? What do you want to talk about? You want to share recipes? I don't have time for that. Oh my God, but I could use a good red velvet recipe. Mine's a little dry, and my kid's favorite cake is red velvet, so, send in some ideas. Look, I mean, this young lady's going places, man. She's smart. I was excited to just chat with her a little bit more and kind of get to know her. She's a smart cookie, so I think she's going to be fine. But for the rest of you, hi, Zoe. Zoe just walked by. I'm a little worried. That some of y'all are approaching this networking game thinking of the long game and thinking of kind of that slow burn, and it's costing you opportunities. Okay, in all seriousness, I've been having a little fun with this, 3 minutes in, but I really do want you, if you're of that mindset where you cannot address the job, you can't really get to the point, I want to help you change your thinking. Okay? So, as I already mentioned, the number one job of any recruiter anywhere on the planet is to fill open positions. Full stop. If you are a recruiter who tells me that that is not your number one focus, can you call me? Can you come on the show? Can you join me for a future AMA Friday and tell me just what in the hell we're paying you for? Because I have questions, okay? So understanding that, and I'm talking specifically about recruiters here, understanding that that is the goal, that is the primary reason for us to get up and log into our computers every day, it makes sense that you as a job seeker are going to talk to me about open roles. Now, here's the caveat. Talk to me about roles that I'm working on. Talk to me about problems and pains that I am currently having. Now, you may think, okay, well, that's not fair, Ames. I don't know what you're working on. I don't know what you do. How am I supposed to know? Here's the thing. Here's what I want you to do. Read my profile. I happen to have one of those fun little purple banners that says I'm hiring, and I list my most critical roles. I try to go in and update it every few weeks and, make sure that they're the right jobs. It's LinkedIn postings. It's whatever feeds into LinkedIn, I guess. I don't know. I post it on our career site. I don't know where it goes from there. However, I do try to keep that up to date. I do try to evangelize my most important roles. I try to share updates for my hiring managers when they're sharing updates, those kinds of things. So I really want to talk to people who fit those roles. I cannot stress that enough. I promise you, if you email me tomorrow and said, Amy, I know that you're looking for reliability engineers who've worked on spacecraft. And guess what? I've done that. Here's a little bit about my background. Here's a role I'm really excited about on your website. Here's a rec number. Here's the email I used to apply to the role. Whatever information, it's all in the template, y'all. Go get it. All that stuff, I'm going to immediately, first I'm going to thank Jesus for this email. And then I'm going to call you and we're going to talk about your potential new job, because I would be really excited if a reliability engineer landed in my lap, okay? I'm just going to say that. But here's again, in all seriousness, if you approach a recruiter with a very specific, I could fit this role, I could solve this pain that you're having, here's the relevant information that helps you know that I'm the person, here's my application, here's my resume, all those things that are targeted to a position, that is a recruiter's dream. Okay? I get the slow burn, I get the long-term play, I understand that, and I am connected to, 35,000 people or some shit that follow me on LinkedIn, and another 4,000 that are subscribers to the channel. And I appreciate not that one guy, but I appreciate most of you. Okay, we'll just say that. Appreciate most of you. But you know what? If you start that conversation and you give me something to work with that speaks to a pain that I have, an open role that I have, the kind of talent that I'm recruiting for, that's the conversation starter I want. Don't ask me what kind of cheese I am. Don't ask me what's my favorite potato. Don't ask me how I like living in Seattle. I mean, we can talk about all those things once we figure out that jumping on a 30-minute conversation to talk about your next career makes sense. And I don't say that to be like really cold or transactional. I say that because I have to be very, very careful where I'm investing my time, who I'm talking to, and how quickly I can move people forward through the process and get them into my candidate pipeline and get them hopefully through an interview and to offer. So I want you to network with recruiters for the purpose of becoming one of their candidates, okay? Networking with your peers, networking with potential managers, things like that. Again, I talk about all this in you can't see it now, but in the blog, I'll put a link down below so y'all can access it. I want you to talk about jobs with recruiters. There is obviously a method to that madness. I want you to target recruiters who work in your industry, work for the companies you want to work for, looking for people like you. Of course, that should be a given. But please, please, please understand, a recruiter's love language is anything that helps them fill the open positions on their desk. That's another hill that I'll die on, y'all. Okay? All right, let me know your thoughts. Amy@recruitinginyogapants.com. Drop a comment down below. I read them all. And hey, come back next week. We'll talk about something. Hopefully not the ATS. You never know. Way this week is gone. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.